Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's your name?
Tori.
Okay, my name's Brittany. I'm a school social worker, or one of the school social workers out here at Pearl Swept. I've been doing school social work for about 10 years. I've been at Pearl for about 3. I've been with the public schools of Robeson County for about 6 years, I'd say. Have you ever been to a school social worker before?
No.
So do you have a little idea what they do?
Is it like a guidance counselor?
It's something like a guidance counselor. It's kind of the same concept. What school social workers do is we help the students or the family member or any friends or associates that the student may have through the school year. We try to help them get through the school year as successfully as possible, whether they need some outside resources or whether it's just, and majority of the time, it's just students need some counseling. They need someone to talk to about situations and everything that's going on in their life, because being a teenager can be a little overwhelming. So have you ever been to a guidance counselor before?
Yeah, I have.
Did they explain to you the concept of confidentiality?
Not really.
Okay. What confidentiality is basically when you come in and when we have our counseling sessions or anything that you come in here and anything that you talk to me about, it will stay private with the exception of a few things. Okay. Say you come in and you're having just a bad day, you're having a bad week, you're really overwhelmed, and you come in and you speak about wanting to harm yourself. Of course, I have to get someone else involved to protect you. Say you and someone that you thought was your friend had this really big fight, and it was just a really, really big blowout, and you're just so mad, and you just say, oh my God, I'm gonna kill him. We all say little stuff like, I'm gonna kill him. But if, say for instance, I feel that you are serious, or if I feel you come in and you start talking about the way you're gonna kill him and you go to describing it, I'm gonna have to get somebody else involved to protect you, to keep you out of trouble, and to protect that person. And then say come in and you're talking to me about how you grew up, and you mentioned that your stepfather abused you and your brother, or you and your sister. I have to get Child Protective Services involved, or someone involved, let them know what's going on so it can be investigated. But besides those 3, and then of course, say for instance, anything dealing with the legal system, the law, court, if any kind of court system or any kind of court case was going on and I was to get called, I would answer their questions, but I would not go into detail. I would not say more than what I had to. I want you to feel safe when you come in here. I want you to feel like you can trust me and that you can talk about anything that you need to talk about. Do you have any questions? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. So since you don't have no questions and you understand the concept of confidentiality, and you understand that when you come in here and we have our sessions, it stays confidential and private. I'm gonna have you to sign what we call informed consent, and that's just for legal purposes. So if, say for instance, I do have to speak with someone about what's going on in here, I'll have that piece of paper saying that you gave me the permission to talk about it. Okay?
Okay. Great.
Sign it right there and date it.
Okay.
And of course, you know, if
What's today's date?
the 21st, say for instance, if you know, I was to have to talk to someone about what goes on in our counseling sessions, I would inform you first and let you know before I talk to them. Okay?
Okay.
So since we got that took care of, what we're going to do next is what we call a psycho assessment.
Like crazy?
No, it's not about like crazy people. It's basically just assessment we do on the first meeting to try to get to know you and try to get an understanding about what's going on and why you're here,
Okay.
so we can work on the problem. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So can you give me a little idea, a little, just tell me why you're seeking services, why you're here today.
Well, I've been having trouble with my boyfriend mainly, and my mama and daddy are always fussing, it seems like, always. And it's just getting stressful. It's just getting stressful, aggravating, and sometimes it makes me sad, sometimes it makes me mad. I mean, it's just like mixed emotions, and it's just like my boyfriend, he doesn't make it any better.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Is it affecting you outside of school?
I mean, while I'm at work, I mean, I try not to check my phone. I try not to, hear about anything that'll try to affect me, but it still does. Because if I look at of course, if you get a text message and it just, something that you don't want to hear, it's going to upset you.
Yeah, it will. That kind of relates to the second question I got for you. Does the problem interfere with your daily functioning?
Sometimes, yeah. Like while I'm in class, and then sometimes while I'm in, at work, it's hard for me to focus, stay on task of what I'm doing.
Okay. Explain to me how it affects you while you're at school.
This one time I got a text message. Mama was saying something about Daddy, and it just, upset me. So I kind of started crying in class, and I ended up, getting emotional. I had to leave class and calm down a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Explain to me your family structure and relationships.
I have my sister, and I have my best friend, but my sister's more like my best friend. Me and her, I mean, we've been attached at the hip since we were born, so we both are going through a hard time, and it's hard for us to comfort each other. We're going through the same thing. My best friend, she actually had the same situation happen with her and her mom and daddy, so they have been fussing for a while too.
Okay. And how old is your sister?
She's 23.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Explain to me your social relationships. Any kind of relationship you have outside of home.
I have my work family. I have Shannon. She's real sweet. She's actually a manager. She's quite younger. She's real sweet. She helps me out. And I have Toledo. I talk to her too. She can relate because her mom and dad are actually divorced. So
Okay. That's good.
she knows what it's like to have arguing parents all the time.
Okay. So you said you worked at McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
How long you been there?
About a year.
Okay. All right. So we're going to try and get into why you're here today. Why do you feel like you're here today? You mentioned your family fussing and stuff like that. So explain to me how it affects your school.
Well, I mean, I know I have been kind of not submitting stuff like I should. I haven't been giving all of my schoolwork my all like I usually have. It's just stressing about my mom and my dad, and just stressing about my boyfriend's kind of causing me not to have any type of motivation. It's like I lack any type of motivation to do anything because it's just like I'm upset all the time, stressed out all the time.
Yeah. It sounds like you are a little overwhelmed with everything that's going on. Because of course, being a teenager can be overwhelming by itself, but with your family and your mother and father fussing and arguing the way they are, and then on top of that, you trying to maintain a job too.
Right.
It seems like you're a little overwhelmed.
Sometimes, yeah.
You may feel like you don't have enough time in the day, don't you?
I do not. Yeah.
That's understandable. So have they been fussing like this a long time, or
A long time on and off.
so how is the relationship going?
I mean, whenever I was growing up, you know, I thought it was fine. Then, I mean, I thought it was normal for them to yell at each other, you know. I mean, as I got older, I started hanging out with my friends, you know. Their parents didn't do that, and I mean, kind of makes you think about it.
Yeah. So it sounds like, you know, with all the problems that you got going on at home between your family and your mom and your daddy fussing, it's kind of taking its toll on your schoolwork. It's kind of causing you to, like you said, lose motivation, and your grades is kind of dropping because of it, right?
Yeah, I know I used to be an all A student, some B's, but I know I have been getting kind of bad grades recently.
And have you talked to your mother or your father about how their relationship has been affecting you academically? So they have no idea that your grades have started dropping. What I would suggest and what I would like to try and do is to maybe try to reach out to your mother, if that's okay, and see if we can schedule an appointment, schedule a time for her to come in, so we can try and bring the problems to the forefront, so she can try and get an understanding of what's going on. Because like you said, she don't even know that your grades is changing. So I think if that's okay with you, I'm going to reach out to her, give her a call. And does she work? So she does work.
Yeah.
What time does she get off work?
On 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll give her a call at 5, well, after 5 this evening, and I'll see if we can schedule a meeting and where both of you can be in here, and maybe even your father, get him in here too, and so they can both get an idea and get an understanding of what's causing the problem, and see what we can do to fix the problem.
That sounds good.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome.